Accordingly, we are pleased to have an Amin from NO for being here, and thank you for honoring our invitation despite your tight schedules. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we have young politicians who have ambition of contesting, but most of them doesn't have the capacity. I mean, if I say capacity, I mean financial capacity. They don't have it. But we believe with this gathering, we can come up with a strategy for them to adopt that they can be able to contest and succeed. That is one of the rationale behind organizing this program. Yes, we believe that there are contestants who have contested before, and they have the experience. So with their experience that they are going to share today, we believe it is the strategy that these young politicians will adopt. We will now pick the best out of it from our report, then we will share it with the media and with the young politicians who are aspiring for a political positions in our country. That is the plan now.
There is any plan to step down training?
Yes, as our network has been doing it over a long time we used to make a training for some of the young aspiring politicians, like those aspiring in a state cabinet, like State House of Assembly. We used to organize a seminar for them. From what we got here, we will now deliver it during that our seminar. They said two heads is better than one. We believe with this gathering there are a lot of people who has experience, who can share, who can contribute, because there are a lot of people who has the capacity. They know what is right, what is supposed to be done as a contestant or as an aspirant, what an aspirant should do in order to succeed. That is why we invite different stakeholders here to share what they have, to contribute here. So that is why we invited everybody here, the stakeholders. You can see INEC are here. There are a lot of contestants here who are contesting for a political positions in our country.
The lecture presented by Dr. Kabiru Tafe at this forum, which was organized by the Democracy Drivers Network Zamfara State with support from Ocean, is a very remarkable one because he captures it exactly as it is, by tracing background of political participation of youth up to the role youth are expected to play in politics. He even goes ahead in his paper to describe the qualities needed by youth to be in politics, that in fact anyone needs to have in order to be a political actor, and goes ahead to give recommendations again to these young aspiring politicians. And I believe anyone who listens to this or who will go through the lecture later will find it very resourceful and as a very ready handbook or guide to keep him informed or her very adequately informed on what he or she needs to do to be in politics. I think one thing that we have been able to do is to be able to tell truth to power, that you'll be able to look at your boss and tell him that this is the right thing that needs to be done, and this one, because you know that your integrity is at stake, you have a long way to go. And that, I believe, most of the youths that have been given the opportunity have been able to imbibe that, because most of these persons do not know any other thing apart from saying what is the fact. And secondly, we have been able to bring about simplified governance by increasing the use or intake of technology, that is ICT, in the political process or the governance administrative process. Like, for example, in my place in the scholarship board, there was never a time when technology was used for recruitment or generation of data or dissemination. But following my appointment, we have been able to develop a software or a website where students from various parts of the countries at the comfort of their homes or schools are able to apply for scholarship opportunities. We are able to send out information through the social media of existing opportunities from very international or national bodies, including that of the state. So these are the kind of benefits that youth participation in politics come about. And then thirdly is about bringing governance closer to the people. I'm sure in the past to get a special advisor to come and sit in a program like this would have been difficult. But I just got informed this very early morning about that they need me to be in the program, and I am here and I'm still seated. So I think by bringing youth closer into politics, that has been simplified, and I think it's an opportunity for others to see what they want so that you amplify the message back to the top.
The theme of the program is inspiring young aspirants on how they can be able to make good politicians in Zamfara State. The main theme of my presentation centered on the youth and how they can be able to contribute their quota to the development of political space of Zamfara State. And the paper I was able to trace a bit the history of politics in Zamfara State from, or in Nigeria as a whole, from pre-colonial time through colonial time and even the Fourth Republic we are now enjoying. And I was able also to highlight certain attributes or qualities that somebody who is young needs to have when aspiring in a political office, like accountability, humility, education, trustworthiness, innovativeness, ICT skills, and the rest of them. So these are a few out of many qualities that somebody needs to cultivate for that person, whether male or female, to aspire in a political office in Zamfara State. That is why in my presentation I equally was able to pose this question to the participating youth, that in this state I want to believe we have leaders who are inspiring and we have those who are also not inspiring. So it is up to you to choose who to look up to as a mentor. But then there are certain basic qualities that somebody who is a leader that is worthy of drawing inspiration from supposed to have. One, that leader needs to have a wider grassroots coverage and mobilization. That is only when you can be able to reach out to people, even in the rural areas. And two, that leader needs to be very prudent, because we're talking about some anti-graft agencies in Nigeria that will immediately after somebody vacating office come after that person to know what he was able to have achieved financially in the office. So somebody to be looked up to has to be somebody who is financially prudent, somebody who can be able to manage the resources judiciously for the betterment of all the citizens in the state. I think these are some of the key points that an aspiring youth needs to look into for a leader when contesting.